How's it going, gamers? It's Chongo here, and today I'm going to discuss what's been happening to both Sony and Microsoft's online services over the last couple of days. So let's get into it. So first off, Xbox Live seems to be working at the moment. I went on before and it seemed to be working. Besides, my achievements weren't loading and my friends list was a bit broken from time to time. Otherwise, the games online seem to be working pretty well. And the PlayStation Network is still down. I don't have an ETA on when that's coming back up. Obviously, Sony needs to get on that and get that back up, and I'm assuming they're trying to get that up as fast as possible. So I guess the first question is, what actually happened to both PlayStation Network and Xbox Live? Now, all signs are pointing to a DDoS, which, if you don't know, is a distributed denial of service, and this is most likely the reason that both PSN and Xbox Live have been having a bad couple of days, and they are still a little broken today. But obviously, when something has just happened, it's quite hard to find out what actually has happened, especially when both Microsoft and Sony haven't actually detailed what's happening. So it's a bit hard to speculate on what's happening, even though there is, tweets and all that. I will have a link in the description if you want to go and read all these, the gossip about what's happening or who brought it down or what's going on. That's there. But this is more to talk about what a DDoS is and if this is what has actually affected Sony and Microsoft. So a DDoS is not hacking either. So there is a group saying that they did DDoS these two, which it remains to be seen whether they did, but it's not hacking. So none of your personal information has been compromised. It's not like what happened with the PlayStation 3 when the passwords were hacked, about 5 years ago or whatever it was. It's nothing like that. This is just you're unable to access the services because of this attack. So many people seem to be blaming Microsoft, Sony, and just saying all this stuff over Twitter, as well as saying, they should have prepared more and all that kind of stuff. The only problem with a DDoS is it's quite hard to prepare for. It's not technically impossible, but it costs a lot of money to prevent something like that. But basically, a DDoS in terms of a service like a PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, it's where someone hires a bunch of computers to send requests to these services. With there being so many requests, it sort of jams up the servers and they're overloaded, and real users can't use the services. And it's quite hard, if not impossible, to tell the difference between a legitimate user and a fake user. So as I said before, I don't want to go in depth about who did what, mainly because that information may take days before it is proven to be correct or incorrect by Sony or Microsoft. But if it was a DDoS, and that's what it appears to be, there was little Microsoft or Sony could do to prevent something like this, and as seen, both of them went down. So obviously there were two different things going on there, and both of them were unable to stop what actually happened. So obviously having something like this happen right on Christmas when a bunch of people want to play on their consoles that they just got or ones that they've had for a while now, it does suck, but it's quite hard to stop something like this. And I mean, the best thing we can do is we can hope that these people get caught and will be unable to attack these services again. But with that being said, 99% of the time both PlayStation Network and Xbox Live work. Until that changes drastically, there isn't really anything that should be done. I mean, it does suck when, they do go down every now and then, but for the most time, they are on. So it's not really a big issue, and people say, I've paid for the service, and it's like, for them to try and stop what would have happened, they would have had to have been paying off a third-party company to help them deal with the DDoS attack, and that would cost them quite a bit of money considering how many users that have accessing Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Not to mention that would mean increases in prices for us, the consumer. So I think for the time being, if it's only going to happen 1% of the time, I feel like it's something that we're going to have to deal with. Until it becomes something of a bigger issue, that's when Microsoft and Sony will have to look at getting a third party or trying to do something further to solve this issue, but that does cost quite a bit of money. So anyway, this brings me into my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments on what happened with, Sony and Microsoft services going down, please leave them down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. I'll see you all next time.